अस्ति श्री परम ज्योति अम्मा भगवान Sharanam. Today's Atma Sakshatkara experience is shared by Dandappaji from Bangalore, Karnataka. I experienced significant depression prior to entering the Dharma. There has been a shift in my consciousness as a result of my regular participation in 74,000 Diksha Yajna processes and other Dharma related processes. My eyes were usually filled with tears of grief and agony before entering the Dharma, but they are now filled with tears of ecstasy. I am living a tranquil and happy life now. In the past, there was constant mental chatter and inner dialogues, which always served to keep me depressed and sad. But now, in my inner world, there is profound silence, and I spend the most of my time in silence. I feel so much silence in my inner world that I am not particularly affected by the issues in my external world. All unnecessary thoughts, judgments of myself over others, worries about the future, guilt, accusations of the past, etc., deaden me. I'm also observing that in the past I used to be quite vulnerable to hurt from even the smallest of things, but not any longer as there is no carryover. Thoughts no longer move in the past or the future. Only thoughts that are functionally connected are entering my head. Wishes and desires exist, but there is no longer a craving for it. I am able to connect with people around me and I feel oneness with them. I'm leading a life free of suffering with unwavering love in my heart. There's total acceptance of everything. I'm experiencing every event in my life exactly as it is. I'm just going with the flow. I feel everything is a part of the divine plan. Amma Bhagwan seems to be entirely engulfing my consciousness. I'm constantly aware of their presence, which fills me with a great sense of joy, calm, and satisfaction. In my opinion, my life seems to be filled with grace from Sri Amma Bhagavan. My sincere gratitude at the sacred lotus feet of Sri Amma Bhagavan for being there always for us, guarding us, and blessing us. Our Premamaya Karunamaya parents, Sri Amma Bhagavan, words can't really express how grateful I am to you. Anantakoti Dhanyavad, Sri Amma Bhagavan. Today's Bhagavad Sakshatkar experience is shared by Mukundji from Bangalore, Karnataka. On May 3rd, Dasaji explained about Soma and asked all of us to take a glass of water and pray for Soma. As soon as I poured water and prayed, I could see some bubbles. I left the water in the puja room and closed the puja room door. The next morning, when I opened the puja room door, the bubbles were still there in the water. I was filled with gratitude for the grace Amma Bhagwan was showering on me. I thanked Amma Bhagwan and drank the Soma. Today's health miracle experience is shared by Sujata Nagaraji from Bangalore, Karnataka. In 2016, there was a 3 day course, so the first day was completed, followed by the second. Then I told Sri Amma Bhagavan that the classes were almost coming to an end and that they should make sure that my husband and I arrived home safely. After that, I slept in our dormitory. Then 3 or 4 members approached outside the ladies' dormitory asking for Sujata and directing me to my husband. I saw that my spouse was not feeling well and no one knew what was wrong with him. As a result, we drove him to a hospital in Tada. The physicians advised that the situation is grave, therefore, please transport him to Chennai. We were just 5 kilometers from Tada when the medic who had accompanied us to Chennai assured us that nothing was severe and that everything was fine. We arrived at the Chennai hospital in 30 minutes. The doctor said he had a little cardiac condition and that it would take a few days for him to heal. But he recovered rapidly, surprising the physicians, and we were back home in 2 days. That same year, I brought my husband to Satyaloka Navaratri Homa, where we did Anadana, Kalkyagnya, and then sat to eat. Suddenly, he became giddy and fell. A devotee doctor arrived and said nothing was wrong except his blood pressure was high. He prescribed a few medications and advised him to go to Kuppam if things worsens. Then I told Sri Amma Bhagavan that you must securely return us home. My spouse started to feel better on the way back, and we arrived home and slept. When we took him to the hospital the next day, the physicians declared nothing was wrong. Shri Amma Bhagwan has always been there for us, guarding us and guiding us in this way. Thank you so much, Shri Amma Bhagwan. Today's wealth miracle experience is shared by Aparnaji from Bangalore, Karnataka. One motorcycle had been purchased by my husband, but the vehicle was not covered by insurance, and we lost the vehicle as did many other people during those days. Nobody got their vehicle back because the license plates were altered and the vehicle's piece was sold for market value. We filed a police report and they investigated the location where we lost the vehicle, concluding that the vehicle would not be recovered again. At the time, I had only recently entered the Bhagavad Dharma. I had heard about Sri Amma Bhagwan's many miracles. I sat in my home and began chanting the Mula Mantra 108 times, and then miraculously, my sadness vanished. The next morning, I went about my everyday routine. A letter from an anonymous boy contained a road map and a tree diagram. The guidance was given to a location. Also, included in the letter was an apologetic note that read, "Please pardon us. We rode for 60 kilometers before becoming unable to continue, and your vehicle is parked under a tree." We then drove to the specified spot, which was only a 10-minute drive from my home. The vehicle was discovered there. This incident was even reported in the local newspaper. This was a truly amazing miracle that could only be performed by Sri Amma Bhagavan. For this beautiful miracle, I would want to express my heartfelt gratitudes to my Sri Amma Bhagavan. Jai Bolo, ऐश्वर्य प्रदाता परम करुण परम ज्योति श्री अम्मा भगवान की जय।